Cheers, fam. Welcome back to day 38. I think. Exciting times, guys. Guess what? We're back. Cranking into the Solomon CEO. So the 21 ancient secrets for entrepreneurial leadership. Fantastic. We're up to secret 16. Awake your inner Batman. Secrets of superheroes. So who was your favourite superhero when you were growing up? I want you to think about that. Rightio. So, let's get into it. You know the drill. For the drunken and glutton will end at poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man in rags. Proverbs 23-21. Rightio. So Mark talks about, and I'll just follow on with this because he speaks about awakening your inner Batman. So when we think about Bruce Wayne and Batman, what does he use? He uses tools, he uses gadgets, and the best gadgets, right? And Mark used Superman as, the two to compare. Whereas Superman, he's got, he can shoot out of his eyes. He's got this, you can't shoot through him, like shoot bullets at him. He's got magical powers as opposed to having technology and tools. So Mark's goal, Solomon's goal, my goal is for you guys out there to have the best stuff, the best tools, the best gadgets, the best car, the best motorbike, the best house, the best cookware, the best pottery set, the best, you name it, the best everything. However, for the drunken and glutton here, what Solomon's talking about is you will be poisoned. You'll be poisoned because you are drinking alcohol and you're drinking way too much of it, okay? Pretty much what you're doing is you're poisoning the vessel that God, Source, has given you. When you drink too much, you are drowsy, you are poor of judgment, you are tired, you are weak, and you are unforgiving, you are snappy and irritable. For the drunken and glutton, see the glutton, we feast and we eat too much, and then we feast some more, and we feast on the foods, and we feast on the processed foods. We don't feast on the foods from the earth, but from the laboratory. And the ingredients that we eat, we don't even know how to pronounce, nor we don't even know what they do within the human body over a several amount of times. Don't take this as a me thing, okay? Take yourself out of the equation and look at it purely as your body. And think about what you're putting into it. Like literally take yourself out of the picture, pretend your body's right there in front of you and go, what am I putting into it? And what would it do to that body? There you go. If we are the drunken and glutton, the above person is going to end up in poverty. We have seen this before, guys, in real life. I've seen it before my eyes. And that's not to say that there's not going to be an overweight person that is successful, or an overweight person that's drunk, or an over person that's wealthy, drunk, and successful. That's not uncommon either. But what I am saying is more often than not, the highly, highly successful people that have been doing it for a number of years and continue to succeed and grow, living a healthy lifestyle. Balanced one, so don't get me wrong. Look, there's probably some that go that far and some that are, right smack bang on the balance radar. Fam, I'm pretty sure you all know that when you've eaten well and you've exercised for a certain amount of time, you look good, you feel good, you're more switched on, you're more intuitive, you're connected through your mind, body and soul, and you're not working separate, you're working as one. When you're out of balance, that's when you feel out of whack and you feel like things aren't going your way because you're out of balance. So that's when you need to come, ground yourself. Meditation helps with that, amongst other things. For the drunken and glutton will end up in poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man in rags. So if we drink and eat unhealthy, we fall into drowsiness. Therefore, we have no go, no drive, no motivation. And guess who reappears? The slothful man or woman, the lazy man or woman reappears. If you drink and eat poorly, you will be clothed in rags, and negative motivation is going to succeed you. So why don't we flip the verb? So for the drunken and glutton will end up in poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man in rags. Let's change that. For the industrious, mentally focused man or woman, proper fueled, fed, will end up in riches, wealth, and vitality will clothe you in the highest and finest clothing. Okay, so let's go back to the Batman motif. I like that word, motif. And think of another motif. And Mark thought of Iron Man, so again, I'm just going to go with Iron Man. I know I could have gone a little bit, but anyway, I didn't. Iron Man's cool anyway. I like the two people that he chose, so I'm going with it. Now, if you think of Tony Stark, Iron Man, he created a bloody armor of suit that enabled him to do good, to do the things that he wanted to do in the world that he couldn't do naturally. So, he got the best gadgets, best tools, put it into this robot, and then he could fly around, superhuman strength, do everything. So, when you look at these two people, Batman is healthy, Iron Man is healthy, they both clothed in the best armor. Mark speaks about one of his friends who, refused to, who refused wealth and drove a shitbox car in the 70s. It was a bomb. The car was, no good. So what happens? He was in an accident and the car combusted. Because it was a shitty car. It was the car's fault. It was not worthy. It was not safe. So put yourself in something safe, and just think whatever your thing is, make sure you get the highest quality. So, just recently I bought a new skateboard, so I've got the best stuff, the best wheels, the best bearings, the best truck, the best deck. Well, to a certain extent, definitely an upgrade as opposed to, having the lower class stuff. There's definitely a difference. So, let's come up with an example. If you've got married out there, you guys, or you've got a missus or something, if you've got, and she likes to cook, go and get her the best cooking stuff. Go and get her the best cooking stuff you can get. Enhance her experience. She will be able to, she will find pride in that, because if that's something that she enjoys doing, and then you give her the best stuff. It's like if you guys give us if you give us, for me, if you gave me like a new car or a motorbike or something, or just I'd be stoked. Or or if because I use my computer a lot, if someone upgraded my computer for me, I'd be stoked, because the experience, it's easy, it's speed, and it's pleasure. So they'll do more of it, and it just with me. And like I said, so for the blokes, get out there, get the car, get the suits, get the clothes, feel more innovative. You'll start to feel more generous. From my own experience, as I said before, I bought a new skateboard, new kicks, and the experience has been great so far. I've had shit shoes, and I've had a shit deck, and shit boards, and shit trucks, and the experience is completely different. You feel more empowered, more confident, and you're more certain of the performance that's going to come. Now, when we start to look at these things and we start to get the best stuff, you're going to hear people saying, you'll hear those people go, oh Mark, oh Damien, oh Susie, you shouldn't think that way. You know why? Well, to the drunken and the glutton, they don't realise it comes from the mentality. Expecting and being diligent, that's where the riches comes and the clothes come from. They don't see where the money comes from. They just see the stuff. The stuff is a manifestation and bringing and the manifestation of bringing value to society. And that's what we've been saying all the time, fam, is giving that value. So let's roll on.